Here's a good question for you. How many portfolio pieces do you actually need on your portfolio? It's a question I receive and get a lot, so I think it's good to have a little talk about it regarding what is actually needed to get, that engagement or to get that chance for a job or maybe finding freelance clients. But before I do that, my name is Robert. I've been a 3D game artist for 22 years. I actually also worked a little bit in the creative ad agency, also as a 3D artist. Interesting journey there, but that's a story for another time. But the last 8 I've been running Mesh Masters, where we've together with a small team have been producing projects for clients, both doing the 3D art production, but also the pre-production, the art direction, helping people figure out what art style to do and planning out the whole management side of art and how to produce it. But of course also the delivery, implementing it into game engines, how to do that well, and helping people and clients really launch their product successfully on the market. Where the last year, so this year, we've really been expanding and adding a second pillar to Mesh Masters, where we help other 3D artists become that creative professional, to help them grow in their career, to help them freelance or get the job or get ready for studio work. And it's really our way to give back to the community with everything we've been learning the last 20 years. So if you're interested, make sure you reach out. But back to the topic. So how many portfolio pieces do you actually need? And it's very tempting to look at ArtStation or at the veterans. You see there a lot, and then you see they have like 10, 15, 20, maybe even more really good high quality work. But if you are a beginner or maybe still intermediate, mid, you don't really have that volume yet. So what do you actually need to come across and get a chance in this industry and in the market? And what I always tell people when I get this question is, you really only need between 3 and 5, which might sound very little, and to an extent it maybe is. But if you have, and this is the catch, 3 to 5 really well, high quality and good structured pieces, you are already stepping above so many other people, even people that maybe have like 10. But like I said, here's the catch. It needs to be really high quality pieces. So let me explain. When you have those 3 to 5, it first of all needs to show what your speciality is. You need to niche down. When people look at your portfolio, they need to immediately understand this is the environment guy we need. This is the character guy we need, or maybe the special effects guy we need. So it needs to be super clear that you are the expert in that domain that fits you and your passion, hopefully. So niching down, super important. The second is it needs to be obviously high quality work. So you need to come across with those 3 to 5 pieces as the expert in your niche. So if you are all in on characters, it needs to show you are the character guy and you do high quality characters. So really high quality work. In essence, you're the expert at your craft. But third, if people click into those portfolio pieces, it also needs to show how professional you are. Are you that creative professional? And I'm going to grab back at our ACE model. I've talked about it before, where each letter stands for a facet of how good you are. So artistic skill, A, C for collaboration and communication, and E for engine integration. And all that combined makes you a 3D art professional. So the artistic skill is, how well do you understand the art side? Not only the 3D results, so how good does it look, but also the designing aspect of it. The creative journey, and show that in your pieces. Like, what was your creative journey? Why did you choose this? How did you come to these shapes or colors? So that really needs to come forward in your portfolio sub-page. But then the C for collaboration and really it's like the management side and the soft skills. How organized are you? How well does it present in the sense of, do people see that you can self-manage, that you can communicate well? And it's a little more tough to show this on a portfolio, but you can still do it by showing how organized the portfolio piece is in itself. If possible, add in things like, this took me a month and week 1 was this and week 2 was that and week 3 was so. And really, you know, the soft skills, the management side, show that. And it doesn't have to be like massive. It can just be like one image maybe that shows that or explains it a little bit. But it shows the professional communication side. And then E, engine integration. Does the work you have apply to engines, to game engines? So if you are obviously aiming for the gaming world, it's great that you have good looking work, but if it doesn't show that it's game ready, it's really tough for people to see if you're actually capable of producing art for games. So show that, show the wireframes, show the rigging part if you're doing characters or maybe vehicles. Show the engine part. So did you do the materials? Did you maybe do shaders? Maybe it's even playable. Like if you made a vehicle, is it playable in Unreal or Unity? But it also means show how organized you are with your files, the naming conventions, folder structures. And it might sound a bit silly, but just make screenshots of the naming and the folder structures and make it look professional, but show it. And that entire journey from start to finish or delivery, that should be in those portfolio pages. And again, you don't have to go bonkers on it. It doesn't have to be where 90% of that page is this entire journey, but I would say at least, I don't know, 1/3 to half of that page needs to show that journey, because people that are hiring and the art leads and the art directors, for them, that is such a clear signal that you understand game development from an art standpoint. So to recap, you only really need 3 to 5 pieces. And of course, if you have more, that's obviously better. But if you're the beginner, you only need 3 to 5 pieces, but they need to be really good, high quality work. Aim for that front page ArtStation type of work. It needs to show your niche and speciality. Really important. And it needs to show how professional you are. So the breakdowns and everything I talked about, really the journey of the entire process, so people see that you are good at game development as a 3D artist. I hope that helps. Like I said, we've really been expanding Mesh Masters with the coaching and the training and helping other 3D artists. We actually recently also launched our Discord community server. You can obviously also go to the website to learn more. And what I'm trying to say is, if you're interested in these topics, or if you have any questions around these topics or your career, make sure you reach out. Feel free to join our Discord server or take a look on our website. And I will catch you on the next one.